Hey guys, what is up? Fusaah here, and I'm bringing you another podcast for Rise Up Gaming, and today I'm going to be talking about League of Legends a little bit, but not particularly all about League of Legends. I'm going to be talking about a certain champion in League of Legends. The champion I'm going to be talking about is Evelynn. Recently, Evelynn has received a couple of nerfs that were actually good nerfs, because she was really powerful in lane, but there's one that I do not agree with at all, and I think they really should reverse it. But let's get into it. I'm going to show an image right now that I took off the Riot website that shows the nerfs she received and the changes she received. She did get some buffs, so I'm not going to complain about them. So the first nerf slash buff she got was the hate spike. The mana cost was increased. Her bonus attack damage ratio was increased. So in a sense, it was a nerf and a buff. But the problem was that Evelynn could basically stay in lane and have no mana trouble at all, especially if she had blue buff. Like, if she had blue buff, it was back when blue buff would regen mana so quickly that you never ran out and you just pushed lanes over and over again. But now Evelynn's in that state where she could constantly push lanes because of her passive, which gave her more mana regeneration by a certain percentage when she was in stealth. So basically, this is what Evelynn would do. In lane, she would basically use Hate Spike to push the lane all the way to the enemy tower. She would go stealth and wait for the minion wave to come back, and then she would repeat the same process or harass the enemy champion that she was facing against. Now, this is a big problem because she never ran out of mana, because since she was in stealth and since the lane was being pushed, she could instantly get back more than half of her mana every single time. And Hate Spike was on such a short cooldown and such on a short mana cost that it never really infected her in lane. It never really hurt her to spam the ability. And I can see why Riot made this change. It's a really good change, because I played Evelynn in mid, and this is what I would do constantly, and it was annoying. And I've played against Evelynns that done it, so it was really annoying. It was really difficult to push her out of lane because it was on such a low mana cost, and she could instantly get her mana back by just standing around and just waiting for a passive to bring her mana back up. The bonus attack damage ratio I'm kind of interested in, because I think either they're trying to get jungle Evelynn back or AD Evelynn back and make it more, make it vary, because you don't see AD Evelynn anymore. It's all AP. But I think they're trying to increase the ratio just so people start building her a little bit more hybrid, so give some attack damage items on her instead of all AP. I'm not too sure. It does increase the damage on her Q, because, like I said, as she levels up, she gets attack damage, and it goes into her Q. So it's actually buffing her quite a bit and nerfing her. So it like evens out. That's the same with Ravage. Like, damage reduced at the later ranks. Now remember that this attack hits twice, so if you see this damage right now and you think that's really low, you have to double it. So it's actually doing quite a bit of damage. And I could see that the later ranks, it was devastating. Like, it really did do a lot of damage. And they did also buff the attack damage ratio again with this ability. So I'm still thinking that Riot's trying to get people to build her more AD or make Evelynn more of an AD jungler. Because I think mid, she is dominating. Like, it's mainly because her passive is just so powerful. It's really hard to pin Evelynn down without pink wards. And a lot of people in solo queue and the lower ELOs do not buy pink wards. Like, you can shut her down if you just keep her from roaming and keep her from getting into your lane and using her ultimate and stuff. But one item that really brought her back was Deathfire Grasp, because remember, they did nerf that in Season 2, because Evelynn with Deathfire Grasp would basically insta-give any target. Like, there's no way you could get away from her. She'd basically Deathfire Grasp, use her ultimate, and then just destroy you with Ravage and Hate Spike instantly. Like, there's nothing you could do about it. And that's the same now. Like, they nerfed it, and it made her a lot weaker. Like, when they nerfed it, they took down the cooldown reduction, reduced the AP, I believe, you received from it, and it really did hurt her quite a bit, because without that cooldown reduction, she couldn't spam her abilities, or mainly her Q, as much. So it did hurt her, but now it's back and has even more AP. They did nerf the health percentage. I remember about that, but now the health percentage that it takes away is smaller, but now they increased it so your magic damage you deal to that target is increased. So it's even more devastating, especially with Evelynn and her ultimate. But that was understandable. Like, nerfing Deathfire Grasp in Season 2 was understandable, because as Evelynn just dominated everyone she used it on. Like, there was no way you were going to escape or get away from her once she used her ultimate, because of the slow on it. And it was a big AoE. Now, Agony's Embrace is her ultimate, and everyone knows that ultimate because it's the scariest ultimate you could probably ever face in League of Legends if you're in a big group and all of your allies are in one massive group where she can use her AoE and just damage all you. Now this is where I don't agree with it. I agree I agree with the cooldown increase because Evelynn had it up too much, to be honest. Like, that was understandable because it's an AoE ult that takes your health away, slows you, and gives her a shield. So it's, in a sense, it's killing you, slowing you down so her allies can kill you, and giving her a shield to make her tanky so she can get in there and kill you even faster. So that makes sense. I mean, it's a great ability. And the cast range reduced to 650 from 800. That was also acceptable because what she was doing is instantly she came out of stealth, she was already in range, and that wasn't fair because if you couldn't react, like there was no way you could react once she came out of stealth, and she would already have her ultimate used on you. You had no chance of escape. Like, that was understandable. That was completely understandable because that was always annoying to me when I'm playing against Evelynn. I see her come out of stealth and already her ultimate's casted on me. And I was really annoyed by that, and it was really devastating sometimes because I know that that's her only form of CC, but since she's not in the jungler anymore and she's played mid, she doesn't really need to rely on it for ganking anymore. I mean, she's going to have another. There's more junglers that are capable of doing more CC than just Evelynn and her ult. Now, this is where I disagree with this nerf entirely. Its damage changed from 15, 20 to 25% of the target's current health, from 15 to 20 to 25% of the max health. I disagree with this nerf for a lot of reasons, mainly because she is an assassin. Evelynn is an assassin through and through. She has a passive that gives her stealth. She has a movement speed buff, so she can keep on to her allies actively and passively, and she's able to deal a lot of damage, and she doesn't have a lot of AoE besides her Agony's Embrace and maybe her Hate Spike if it actually hits multiple targets. She is an assassin, and doing the target's current health makes it so her ultimate is worthless on low health targets. Now, that means if a target has like 100 health, basically this ult will not kill them. It will not kill them at all. It will never kill anyone that it has is low on health, and that is very bad, especially since Evelynn is an assassin. Now, if there's mobile champions that have low health, Evelynn will never be able to kill them because if they have an escape or some sort of movement speed buff, Agony's Embrace is not going to slow them down enough, and since they reduce the cast range, it's even more difficult for her to stick on her target. And I don't know why they're trying to make Evelynn into an initiator, which I don't get either, because she's not a tank, she's not a bruiser, she is an assassin, and she's also an AP carry now. AP carries are not meant to go into fights like this because they're squishy. Like there's only a few AP carries that really can do it. Mainly, I would just name one off the top of my head is Swain because he can build tanky and he can tank damage because he has that ultimate that heals him as he deals damage. But Evelynn, I know that shield will give her some damage decrease because it is a shield, but you have to rely on hitting targets. And now that you reduce the cast range, it's even difficult to hit more targets. I know the AoE is pretty big, but now that it's been reduced, it's easier to see her before she can cast it. So it's even more difficult. And doing the current health percentage is just unbelievable because there's no ultimate. It's an ultimate. That's what I don't get. It's like it's an ultimate, and if your ultimate can't kill your target, then what's the point of having an ultimate? I understand what they're going for. I know what Riot wants to do. It's like they want her to initiate. If she hits targets at full health, yeah, it's going to do a lot of damage. But the problem is it will never kill them. Like, it will never kill them. It's basically initiation for Evelynn to go in there, use Agony's Embrace on the enemy team, but the problem is that shield is not going to hold up if she's running towards 5 enemy champions. Like, Evelynn, it's not a shield that like gives her armor magic resistance or anything like that. It's just a flat shield. Like, it's nothing that's going to resist the damage. Like, they can burst her down quickly, and she will, like, if they turn on her instantly, she's going to die. I mean, yeah, the damage she does might help out her team, but it's like, I see her as an assassin, and I see her as someone that waits until someone's low health, and then she goes in. That's what assassins do. They go all in, and then they try to get out. It's like, I don't understand. I know that they wanted Evelynn nerfed because I know she's really powerful, but I don't think this was the right way to go because this just fundamentally changes her gameplay completely. I still see her play, and I still agree that she's still strong in some certain situations, but I just don't see her as an initiator. I just don't see it because, like I said, it's just a flat shield. She can get bursted down pretty easily. I know the damage, if she hits all full health targets, probably your team might be able to like finish them off, but if they can burst her down quickly enough to the point where she just dies instantly, it's going to be a 5 versus 4, and even if they're low, I'm not entirely sure. I can't like bring up a scenario, but if she gets bursted down and she's not doing any damage besides her ultimate, it's not enough. I don't think it would be enough. Like you can't even like kill someone instantly with her ultimate from what I've seen. I mean, I just don't get it. I think this nerf needs to be reverted, just this one. And I think if they think it's still too powerful, they should nerf the percent damage a little bit. Maybe make it 10, 15, 20 instead of 15, 20, 25. Or they have to give damage to the current health, as in flat damage. Like it should do like 100, 200, 300 flat damage, and then do the target's current health, so she's able to assassinate targets with it. Because it's not fair to have an ultimate that's considered an ultimate, like the best ability that you have in your whole arsenal, not able to kill a target that's 100 health. It's just not fair. It's for an assassin, it's not fair, to be honest. That's what they're supposed to do. They're supposed to get in, kill someone, and get out. It's like Talon. Talon gets in, he uses all of his abilities, he insta-gives a target or kills it. It's like any other assassin. It's like they get in, they kill their target, they either die doing it, or they get out. It's like that's all assassins are. They're just supposed to pick out the squishiest target, get in, kill it, and try to get out if they can. And it's like Evelynn just can't do that anymore. It's like it seems like she can't. And I've seen some high-low gameplay where they play Evelynn, but I don't see them as doing as well as they used to. Like it seems like they just killed Evelynn, which is sad because before her remake, they instantly like they nerfed her to where she was unusable. And I played her back when she wasn't remade, and she was still powerful if she got fed, but she isn't like she is now, where she can actually won't fall off. Like Evelynn in the past before the remake would fall off if she didn't get kills. Like, and her item choices are so expensive. Like you have to get Trinity Force as your first item, and it's just so expensive. It's like AP build. It's cost efficient. Like you can go a few Dorn's rings, and then you can build into something, and you still do a lot of damage. It's like when you go AD Evelynn, it's like you have to build all the flashy items, and she never got enough gold if she didn't get kills. And now I just don't agree with that nerf. Like the other nerfs and buffs that she received, I agreed with them. I think they were very reasonable. But this one, the damage change to current health, I do not agree with at all. I think it completely changed her gameplay, completely changed her character overall. I just don't see her as an assassin anymore. I see her more as an initiator. And I don't think it works, to be honest. And I should play her more. Maybe I'm wrong. This is my opinion, of course. Maybe I am wrong. Maybe I'm playing her wrong. Maybe I have to switch up my build now. Maybe I have to make her like a tanky AP mid, where I go like Rylai's or Warmogs or something. Build like a tanky Katarina build, because I've seen tanky cats build Warmogs now, or Sunfire capes. Maybe I have to go in that direction now. Maybe I have to build more tanky and give her more health and armor now. Maybe I have to make her into initiator. I'm not sure. I haven't played her since, because I know I'm one of those people that doesn't like it when my whole gameplay is changed and I have to rework everything. It really annoys me, but maybe I have to. Maybe I have to change my gameplay, and that's fine. I will try to play her again maybe. But when I played her when she got this nerf, I did not like anything about it. The ultimate is everything to Evelynn, to be honest. Once she gets 6, she is scary. And now it seems like anytime I see an Evelynn that's level 6, I don't worry about it. Like it seems it just doesn't matter. Like I don't know. I really believe they should change that nerf at least. That's the one thing that's really holding her back again, and it's sad because they did just remade her. They remade her along with Twitch, and now they're destroying her again. And I don't really appreciate it, because I liked her before, even when she was nerfed, and now I liked her even more. And I know she was powerful. That's why I agree with some of these nerfs. Like I agree she was really strong, but that one's just a little overboard. Just that one nerf is a little overboard. I agreed with everything else. Just that. And usually I don't question it. I usually don't question Riot's nerfs because I think about it, and I think about the champion, how they work, and why it is a good way to, change this champion. And I don't usually complain because Riot knows what they're doing. I mean, it's their game. But this is one thing that I'm not too sure about. I can't think of anything that really benefits from this. I don't think she should be initiator. She should be an assassin. But that's all I want to really talk about today. So I hope you guys did enjoy this podcast. I really think that this nerf was not this one nerf, just this one nerf on her ultimate really did change her a little too much, and I don't agree with it. But I hope you guys did enjoy this, and I will have another podcast next Friday. So I will see you then. Peace.